baggage. Not sure exactly where he's going to go. And Harold Reynolds, are you kidding me? You're taking a flyer on this guy for sure. The slider was very hittable, but he can still be an elite guy. And there you go. 3 teams interested. What do you make of it?
Yes, and I do think that at the moment, certainly Chapman is one of the top relievers still available on the market. Michael Fulmer, perhaps we'll talk about him a bit later on in the program here today. But with Chapman, there are a number of teams looking to add a left-handed component to their late-inning bullpen group. And I think that the question is now for these several teams, is there a spot for him to be a closer still at this stage of his career? Certainly the Marlins seem to have that hometown edge. Aroldis makes his offseason home in South Florida, so certainly an advantage there. But you look at the Padres and a team that has had a lot of success, whether it's Suarez, whether it's Nick Martinez, of bringing relievers in, them depending on whatever diverse experiences they had leading up to their role in the Padre bullpen. And you see it there. Chapman just has not been himself going back over the 2022 season. We know well he missed the time due to the tattoo sequelae, the issues he had with that, and then, of course, not being around the team during the course of the postseason. So there were some concerns about Chapman, to say the very least, in addition to the lack of strike throwing in crucial times for the Yankees in 2022. But the durability and the strength, at least, of his arm is still undeniable. He can still get it up there high enough, I would say, to be successful in the late innings. And the Royals are another team where they've had some different experiences, obviously, with their bullpen in recent years. They've had to move on from some relievers. It does appear, for me, that there's a spot in that late inning bullpen for the Royals under first-year manager Matt Quatraro to perhaps have a new late inning left-handed option there in Aroldis Chapman. And so I would expect that whether it's this week or next, the market of teams interested in Chapman appears to be narrowing, and 3 teams, as according to what I was able to hear as well, are the finalists there to get Chapman.
JP, Keith Costas is going to do a little daydreaming on the Brewers later on in the show. And I wonder if there's anything in his daydreaming about Chapman for the Brewers, because I saw the 3 teams listed, but there's something there to me that Milwaukee would present to Chapman that could be interesting.
Well, and certainly to your point, Bill, it's a great point about how Josh Hader was there up until the middle part of last season. Of course, the controversial trade. There is still a spot, I believe, for the Brewers to have an elite-level left-handed arm back there to pair up, of course, with Devin Williams. Devin Williams, by the way, will pitch for Team USA at the World Baseball Classic. And Chapman, I think, having his presence at the end of the game would maybe restore a bit of that left-right balance in that bullpen that they used to have when Josh Hader was there. So, Bill, it's an excellent point, and it wouldn't surprise me if perhaps the Brewers become a late entrant to the Chapman sweepstakes here as we get towards a conclusion in the days ahead.
You can no longer be a pure lefty specialist because of 3-batter minimum, but Chapman only gave up 1 extra base hit against lefties last year, so still can be effective against that side of the plate. How about Gene Sue, Bill Ripken, Sierra Santos, Keith Costas, a fantastic crew. Breeze back again. She produced her first hot stove yesterday. Back again.
Very prepared. I got no play on the response of the email that she sent out.
I love that you did that, but here's the thing. I don't have work email on my phone.
I mean, it was in depth. And I'm looking at it on my phone, and I said, okay, finger cramp, because the swiping got a little carried away.
If you have to swipe more than 3 times, it's too much.
If I swipe more than once,
you're not interested.
No.
Speaking of swiping, you watched the show yesterday. I know you're always locked in a hot stove, and you heard me talking about Night Court, the reunion. I did not expect we would then have a conversation about Friends. You and I were just discussing.
Yes.
When you would see Friends, you ranked the 6 characters.
Yes.
And you would base the quality of the scene based on who the character.
If you come into the room and you see 4 and 6 having a conversation the way I rank them, it's not worth sitting there watching.
Right.
So the good news is now is the 2 channels are running like Friends and Seinfeld.
Yeah.
Like marathon forever. So now I can just bounce back and forth.
Okay, so let's just do one. Let's just do Seinfeld. If you had to rank the top 4 characters.
On Seinfeld.
Kramer's 1.
Kramer could be 1.
Number 2 is Costanza.
No.
Jerry.
I think Jerry's 2.
Okay, 3 is Costanza.
Yes.
4 is Elaine.
Yes.
All right, so if it's a conversation with George and Elaine.
Sorry, even though Elaine wore the Oriole hat.
Listen, she's on Elaine dancing.
And by the way, that was my bad swing in that clip, by the way.
No, it's not.
Yes.
You have been in Seinfeld.
Infield knock, but an unbelievably bad swing. Yeah. In on my kitchen. Watch it again.
Okay.
Brady Anderson's the first guy.
Yeah.
On 2 pitches.
Yeah.
And then the 3rd clip that goes to the game, that's my bad hack. Nubber, right by the pitcher's mound, Third baseman tries to come in and make the play. Infield knock. I remember the knock.
This is fantastic.
Bad swing, knock.
Bill Ripken, former guest on Seinfeld.
Correct.
Now, you're also a handsome man. With those eyes.
I don't think we need to even start into this.
Do you know where I'm segueing to this?
Well, I know where you're going.
Buck Showalter, a good friend of ours.
Yes.
He made the list of the most handsome Major League Baseball managers. If you hear a chuckle in my voice, I'll say it straight. He's 66 years of age, 8.65 beauty score. Rob Thompson, Canadian, love him. He's second. Torey Lavallo, I love Rossi. Rossi at 45. The good thing about Rossi is he and I are about the same age, so he's right there at fourth. Tito making the top 5 I love. But we'll get to the list in a second. But the big shock here is where's Gabe Kapler? Where's Aaron Boone? Where's Alex Cora? A lot of names missing.
I want to know just who came up with this list and what in the world is the... Say the beauty score is perfect because it's one of these new age stats.
Oh, no.
That once again is made up by somebody that doesn't actually correlate into something real.
You're saying it's the beauty equivalent of war. That's a beauty score.
That's the outs above average, whatever that is right there.
Rob Thompson was thrilled. Let's hear what he had to say.
I told my wife, I said, I came out and I said, hey, listen, Michelle, you know how lucky you are. I'm the second most handsome guy in baseball, manager. And she was cooking dinner and she didn't miss a beat. She turned around and she said, so everybody else must have been tied for first.
Wow.
I mean, how do you think Rocco Baldelli feels right now? He sees that list. He just threw his remote through the window.
I like the wife's line. Did he mention her name? Because I'm just going to call her the wife.
The wife, Rob Thompson's wife.
Everybody else must be tied for first.
Guys, it was me. I came up with the list.
Did you?
Yeah, I came up with the list. Mhm.
You were a part of the beauty
It
score.
was handcrafted.
So you were the one that made up the beauty score.
Yes, absolutely.
Can you explain, Sierra, a little bit about the beauty score, what exactly that entails?
It's pretty much just done on the symmetry of your face, everything like that. It can also be based on how well you wear the uniform.
Okay, all right. Well, that's at least now we know Sierra was the one behind it. She came up with the algorithm.
Now, if you were to put Buck at the top of the list of being able to stare through you, then,
Let me tell you something.
then I get it because he can stare
Yes.
and just like get into your soul right there, and he's.
I love that expression, 1,000-yard stare. Used to be able to say, God, that
Did you ever see the thing? I saw something on the Google about Buck when he was excited, Buck when he's mad, Buck when he's happy, and it was the exact same face. No matter what you described Buck being, it was that mug.
Right. Buck enthusiastic, same thing. Buck grumpy, same thing. Buck jubilant, same thing. Let's get to our man, JP Morosi. Leading the league with JP. Listen, he always says.
Yeah, by the way, follow that, JP.
But loving this jacket, though. This is like, wait, JP's about to go fly a plane. This is fantastic. I love this look.
We're off the rails already.
Good morning, guys. I am not trying to be entrant number 31 to the aforementioned competition. I am just okay being an insider on this morning's Hot Stove program, and I'm just here, as they say, to do the news. That's all I've got.
Listen, Morosi, handsome man. Alexis can vouch for that. Good olive skin. There's no question about JP and your handsome locks and looks. Let's get to the news of the day.